I am live, 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 live. Hey, we got light for the live. All right. Hey, y'all, T Ham 141 here, and we're live. It's Thursday Night Live. Let us see what is going on. Hey, as you pop in today, go ahead and let me know who you are, where you're from. If you'd like, I just get encouragement seeing people from all over the place. Go ahead and let me know where you're from so that I can, I don't know, make a mental note of where you're from. And that will help me make videos. This has been a chock full week here on the Homestead, and we're going to get into that in a minute. But why don't you go ahead and, guys, if you have any questions, about anything. Last week we entertained a question on whatever happened to the buff that we did our that was attacked by. Hey, how's it going, Jake? Jake's in the house, and we entertained. In fact, it was Jake's question, whatever happened to the buff, and we had to put her down. But if you got any other questions, just go ahead and pop them in there. This week has been full for us. It has been a real dark couple weeks here in upstate New York, and it's what it is the remnants of the hurricanes and the storms from down south. And then we started having some storms from way up north come down, and that was pretty bad. Let me show you a clip of that here. This wow. This is our garden out here that was underwater, a lot of it. You can see that's a whole big pond. If I stop moving, you can see I got water all the way over here. These are my beans, my tomatoes, strawberries. There are beets under this water right here. And there are peppers and onions over here. Yeah, it was pretty bad. And potatoes over here. It was pretty bad. Lake back to Eden. It doesn't take long because of using the wood chips. The wood chips absorb a lot of that water, but because of the clay that we have under the wood chips, man, it just pours in there. No, I don't have to worry about the well going dry this year. I went ahead and transferred over to the big. I got two 300-gallon totes, which 600 gallons. I went ahead and transferred over to them at the end of June, so that I don't want the water going stagnant. Sometimes water can go stagnant. So I didn't want that to go ahead and happen. So I went ahead and hooked it up. I have what's in those and what's in the. I filled up the 55-gallon barrels. But yeah, we got water. I almost it was a problem getting back to the pigs. It was there are two little lakes there, and I had to walk through, and they were almost over my boots. There is a reason this used to be called Swamp Road, because I think I bought a swamp, man. But yeah, And in these dark days, I ran into some generator problems. First, something was going on, and as much as I hate to admit it, do y'all have rainwater collection or able to? I have heard some states. It is legal in New York to collect water. You can do it. And I have 3, 6, 900 gallons. I have 20 foot of gutter runs into, you know what? Let me see if I can find that. It's not in there. It would be in here. And forgive me while I find this for you. Am I sharing the screen? Okay, let me go ahead and put that up on the screen. Hey, oh, there it is. Okay, this is my initial filter. This is my initial filter. It's got rocks and screens and rocks and screens in it. And then there's 20 foot of gutter that feeds these, and they're all hooked together. How is anything supposed to grow underwater? Yeah, this beans, not kelp. But it was just coming down way too fast, even for my system there. It was. I left. Wait, I don't want to take that off. I want to come here. Yeah, that was craziness. So we have like $900, or yeah, $900. That would be nice. We have 900 gallons stored up of rainwater, and that is I use that for the animals. I'm going to have to transfer 300 of it over to the pigs. The pigs have their own tote that gravity feeds to a 55-gallon barrel with the front cut out of it, part of the front cut out of it. It stands upright. And then there's a, what do you call it? A float valve that automatically fills it as they take out of it. And then, like last year, I was able to dump that out to clean it and step it back, stand it back up. It would fill with fresh water. That would give them fresh water. And then it would also run down. I had it where it would run down into this one spot so that they also had a mud hole to roll in on the hot days. The unfortunately, they don't need any more water in their pen. I've got to do something. I got to get some more gravel in here because today when I went and I shook their food, they've got a feed barrel food supply that automatically feeds them. They lift the gate. I've got that somewhere, but I don't have it close enough where I'd take the time to look at it. I don't want to bore you guys. But they would lift. They lift the flap and they eat, and it's fed by a 55-gallon drum for pig feed. But when I was shaking that to get it to go down, because sometimes it does stop up a little bit, the pigs came out, and as soon as they stepped out of their little hutch, they were up to their almost their tummies in mud. And then they got up on the gravel. I've got a big gravel area that they can get to, but they're even digging in that now. Jake says, I want to build a system because my wife and I are trying to grow avocado trees. And I want to use a weeping line to keep them watered. Yeah. What I do, you might want to check out. I have a video on Rainwater catchment. I believe it's called Use the Rain. Is on the thumbnail, and it shows my catchment right outside the window here. And what I do is I just use it's a rubber coupling, rubber boot with a hose clamp on either side of it that reduces down to a regular water hose MPT thread, male, and you hook your hose right to that. When you would want to water, I just use regular hose. I don't use irrigation. I use a regular hose when I have to water or do whatever, and it hooks, reduces right down to that, and it really works great. The weeping hoses, I've seen in an orchard. There is a guy, he is in Canada, and he has an apple orchard, but he does it in there's my rooster. He does it in a layered system. And what he does with the layered system is they plant the trees in threes. They plant like an apple tree, then they plant another tree, and then a bush underneath it. And then they plant another apple tree. It's very, very interesting, but they use drip irrigation, and they use solid tube with little drips next to the trees, little spouts next to the trees, and that works really good. Man, I can't remember his name. I will look that up. But for rainwater catchment, I would make sure, number one, that it's legal in your state. Now, Mississippi, if I understand right, is one of the last free states as far as concealed carry, or open carry of guns and purchasing of guns. Excuse me. So you should be able, just check your local laws, and if for some reason the local laws say it can be hid. But you want some kind of filtering system, because that keeps leaves and anything that gets in your gutter from going into the water, because I have one tank that I use specifically for the garden. It's the first big tank that the filter sits on, and I use it just for the garden because the very first couple years I didn't have a filter system in place, so the leaves went right into oh my goodness, excuse me. The leaves went right into the water, or into the container, and that's not good. Any organic matter that goes into water can breed E. coli, and that's not good for plants or water or human consumption at all. So good. Okay. So yeah. And we've had plenty of rain this year. I haven't even had to tap into them. I'm going to have to transfer from one of these totes into the pig tote. I have a 1-inch gas-powered water pump that I will use for that. It won't take very long, but that's just gravity fed. And I have, like I said, that little float valve there. But for what you're talking about, you would be able to you'd be able to just turn on the valve that's on the bottom of the 300-gallon tote. I see them on Facebook Marketplace for sale all the time. Yeah, you don't need a permit to carry. You know, it's funny. Um, it, I I went to the Lewis County Fair today. This is the first time in years that I've been to the Lewis County Fair because we always miss it. We always get busy. We are actually doing the animal, trying to do the animals and the gardening and all that a country fair is all about. We're actually trying to do that. So I just get busy and I miss it. Wendy didn't feel like going. So I went to the fair for a little while. There's going to be a video come on that. Praying that it's going to come out all right. And I decided not to carry. I go to a public place where a lot of people are gathered together. And in this day and age of active shooters and stuff, I decided not to take my pistol. Now, the reason was because the shirt that I was wearing, I wanted to represent T-Ham 141 Homestead. Yeah, I wanted to represent T-Ham 141 Homestead. Merch in the description. Links. Anyway, but the clothes I was wearing, it was hot out, and I was wearing a backpack, and I was worried about that. And I was also wearing a chest harness for my GoPro. Well, it's a Vivitar 4K action camera, a GoPro style camera, and I was worried about that pulling every time I bet or something. I was worried about it pulling my shirt up. And in New York, if a police officer sees you printing, which just means that they can see the outline of the gun. Now, police officers are trained to see people carrying firearms. But if God forbid, somebody else, a kid, were to see that guy's got a gun, mommy, you can not so much if it's the sheriff's in Lewis County, because our Sheriff Carpinelli is awesome, running for governor, vote. But yeah, I lost where I was. Oh, but if somebody were to see, you could get a ticket for menacing and lose your carry permit. And that would not be good. Because I like my pistoles. But so yeah, the ironic thing is in order to film and really enjoy myself, I decided not to carry. I want to get an ankle holster maybe for that kind of reason. I hope YouTube doesn't flag this. Sometimes they're down on the guns. Speaking of guns, I got something I want to show you, Jake, if I can find it here. Let's see. It would be in here. Come on, get up here. I don't know if you can see this. What in the world? This is one of the shirts that I created. It says, "My freedom trumps your fear." And it was funny because they flagged it. They actually flagged that on Spreadshot. Did I? I didn't even show that, did I? No, I did not. Let's try this again. Yeah. My freedom trumps your fear. And yeah, you can get coffee mugs, all that good stuff, right from there. One of the other ones, the other things that I like. Oh, it's not going to do it. Um, I don't know, Jake, if you've ever read um, any George Orwell. He wrote the book 1984, which was all about Big Brother and dystopian society, full on communism, full on government control. And I did George Orwell was an optimist, because some of the stuff that's going on now is just, why is this not letting me? And then, as always, I hope I'm not boring you with this stuff, but as always, I've got to get into. I'm getting tired of being called a racist. So, one race, the human race, one color, brown. Um, if you ever see a white person, you're looking at an albino, an exception to the rule. There are red people. There are reddish brown. There are yellow people that are yellowish brown. There are brown people that are brown. And then there are what we call white people that are a really light brown. So yeah, that is some of my. I have an enhanced concealed carry that allows me to carry anywhere but a jail, courthouse, prison, for a place in nuisance, and that just somewhere that I know to be drugs and stuff. Yeah, yeah, and everywhere. Yeah, um, I carry a lot, because I would rather have my firearm and not need it than to need it and not have it. Um, I do. I carry my firearm a lot. I have a little Luger LC9. Um, it's a really good pistol. I carry an extra magazine. Um, I am part of the security team at church, which is an unofficial security team. I think if something ever does go down, we will be very um, encouraged and surprised at how many people actually carry firearms to church, because that's a target rich environment. When we're doing stuff, when we're praying and worshiping, people's minds are not on the door till maybe way later in the sermon. And Pastor Jeff, if you're watching this, that's not me. um, but yeah, it is. It's we should not need permission. Now, I do not personally like open carry. I think that they should go ahead with conceal carry everywhere, constitutionally conceal carry. Open carry is fine, but even if I could open carry, I would conceal carry, because I don't want to advertise that I have a weapon in the room. Yeah, you were asked not to carry at work. Yeah, I can understand that. Uh, as uh, it's one of those things that sometimes it's a political thing, sometimes it's an insurance thing. Um, it's hard to tell sometimes, but I'm going to take that down just so that it doesn't, because we don't want to advertise where you. Like I would be normally carrying, and when we would have youth group, you're not allowed to carry into the school, Port Leyden Elementary School. So I have a lock box that is actually cabled into the vehicle. Oh, California. Yeah, that's a bad state. People are flooding out of California like crazy, when it comes to firearms. Um, it is bad. Um, yeah, they're playing around with the whole micro stamping thing here in New York. they're talking about it, and that's never good. Um, the thing is if you read in the Declaration of Independence, everybody knows it says, life, everybody, the inalienable rights. Some of these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And then it goes into, to protect these rights or to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men. That is the whole reason the founding fathers thought we should have government, was to secure and protect the rights of the people. If government protects the rights of the people, then the people will have the right and ability to protect themselves. But yeah, California, whew, I have no use for the place. The funny thing is California, when I was in Fort Irwin, California, oh my goodness, man, the ranges that they had set up out in the desert where you could go and just play. You could, I mean, it was, if you got like uh, 2 or 3 squads together, that, enough people together that said, hey, we want to go practice, you could sign your weapons out of the armory and go to one of these ranges, and they were just awesome. They were wonderful ranges, because it was all desert. You didn't have to worry about hurting anybody, or being too close to somebody, and all that. It was all desert. But yeah, um, oh, I got a sneeze coming on. How do you get rid of a sneeze? Oh, excuse me. And if you said God bless you, then thank you. He does. 1 second. I want it. Nick Nimmons got a little box or a set. I'm going to set up a set recording thing on the laptop, and that will have like I don't know, an advertisement or a saying or something to keep people busy while I'm drinking my water. Yeah, it's just the people running the state. The problem is the people in the cities are voting in the people that run the state. But I think we might have seen a line form with Governor Newsom facing recall. Even the liberals, no offense if you're a liberal, I love you anyway, but even the more liberal people, and the more left side of the aisle people, are getting to the point where they're getting tired of it. One of the reasons for the great ammo shortage of 2020 and 2021 was you have literally several million more new gun owners that have gone out and bought guns and are now purchasing ammunition. So that kind of cuts into it big time. I mean, there are conspiracy theories the government's buying up all the ammunition. No, we just increased our numbers by the millions of legal gun owners, and it's a responsibility of a legal gun owner to know his firearm and where it hits, because when you fire a firearm, you own every round that comes out of that barrel, and it's one of those things where you need to shoot. The other day, I took Wendy's 22 out to do chicken. I am armed now when I do the chicken. That is one thing I forgot to put on my list of things to talk about. I am armed when I go out to do the chickens at night because it's dark. Well, the other night, I'm walking out and this big firefly over by the maple tree caught my eye. I'm like, man, that's a huge firefly. And it went out, and then another one came on. I don't know, about, I'm going to say 7 or 8 inches from it, maybe, and I'm like, that's big. And then all of a sudden my eyes registered somebody standing there. And I started walking towards it. I'm like, hey, what are you doing? And it dropped down on all fours and took off running. It was a black bear eating our from our bird feeders. Well, I started saying, hey bear, hey bear, hey bear, when do you get the gun? Because I don't know if it's a cub and there's another a mama around. I don't know if it might have just said, hey, I'm not going to give up this good food. Black bears, a lot of times, black bear attacks are from them protecting some kind of food. So I'm saying, hey bear, when do you get the gun? Hey bear, when do you get the gun? She got the gun. The bear was gone as soon as I started coming towards him and asked him what he was doing. He's probably like, this guy's trying to get killed. I was like 10 feet away from the bear when he dropped down, and because all I've got is a headlamp and I had it on low. So anyway, he came back a couple nights later and managed to get one of our plastic bird feeders off the rail, or off the hook that it's on, and took it about 10 feet away, crushed it, and ate things. I hope he didn't. I hope he didn't get cut. Let's see what Jake says. As a guy who moves products all over, the true reason for shortages of anything was because warehouse workers were not working. The stuff was at the where. Yeah, that I tell you, on one of my videos, why you should be self-sufficient, I went into that a little bit, and there are people out there who I'll pick dinner up on the way home, and that's fine. But you just want to make sure you got some food at home too for when you might need it, because that supermarket is about 12 hours in a good situation, 12 hours away from being empty if for some reason the trucks stop running. Truck drivers are vitally important. And the meat packing industry, there's a problem right now because of coronavirus in some of the slaughterhouses and stuff. Man, when people stop showing up to work, the biggest person that, if you don't show up for work, the biggest person you're hurting is your coworker, number one, suffers immediately, and your boss in the business. But then when you're in the supply chain, like you are, and as a truck driver, and like the people in meat houses and stuff are, there are trickle down effect. Yeah, absolutely. If trucks stop, most major cities wouldn't last 48 hours. I'm hoping that I am going to say 8 years, 8 or 9 years, maybe let's go back 10 years. I'm hoping it lasts 10 years, no matter what side. Not getting into politics at all, or trying to avoid it like the plague, but the last 10 years, if that hasn't woke you up, I'm woke. If that hasn't woke you up to the fact that our livelihood can be disrupted like that, and that you need a plan. You can't depend. Man, Ronald Reagan, he said the what is it? The 9 scariest words to say to an American citizen is "I'm from the government. I'm here to help." I'm from the government. I'm here to help. 8 words. Um, and yeah, people. Uh, Trucking was not so due at all due to COVID. Loads have increased tenfold. Yeah, the work is there, and trucking is a fairly isolated occupation. I mean, you see the guys on the docks and on the docks, yeah, the loading docks. You see them, and then at the destinations and such as that. So yeah, the problem is that a lot of people for so long in the last 30 years we have been pushing people into college. The only way to be successful in life uh, is is a college degree, which really surprises the welder of 10 or 15 years that's making $34 an hour because or more because of his skill with a welder. Or the truck driver who is making good money. My Mama J and Dad, I believe they made really good money. Um, they were long distance truck drivers, and he made, I want to say, 11 cents a mile, and she, being his co-driver, made, I'm thinking that it was 7 or 8 cents a mile or something like that. Well, man, you make a bi-coastal run, from one coast to another, and you're raking in the cash. And then when Desert Storm hit, when I was overseas, they there was a clause that activated in their contract, and they started hauling for the military, and they started making some really good money. That was what I was told, and now I make more than my teachers in high school do in 2 years. Yeah, yeah, uh, it's that's sad. That I mean, I'm really happy for you. Don't get me wrong, but um, it's sad that teachers have to get purchase their own supplies. It's sad for their students. It's sad that the funding doesn't make it to the classroom. I remember in New York, one of the big things for the lottery and the scratch offs and all was half of it or something like that, half of the profit or more than that of the profit was going to the schools. And maybe it does go into the school system somewhere. But our teachers, man, they're paying back that they're paying back their college. They're learning. They have to continue learning as they go. And I mean, there are some activist teachers that I don't believe in an activist teacher. I am a Christian. I am an evangelical Christian. I don't believe that teachers should actually push any agenda on the kids other than reading, writing, arithmetic, and the stuff that is set to them. Beth, hi Beth, my sister-in-law Beth is on. I feel like no college is true, mostly for men. Not all women have to have college to make a decent living. No, they don't. And today I am exploring this whole new YouTube genre of work from home ish type stuff. And there are people that I'm learning from, Sean Cannell and Think Media, Daryl Eves, who I just took one of his classes that he offered for 30-day challenge type thing to help people it actually get their YouTube channel up and running, and different ways of making money and stuff on YouTube, and how to make our videos better. I am working on that, and I'm seeing results in my click-through rate and stuff like that. But there is one of the ladies that teaches at Think Media. She has a homeschooling website, or a homeschooling channel. She is a Christian, which has very. So, well, I'm saying that because I know Beth is a Christian, and so she might, that channel. I'll try to find out what it is for you. But and she makes a living just doing that. I mean, now she does Think Media and everything, but they're making 6-digit incomes with some of these, just doing what I'm trying to do. Now, will I ever make a 6-digit income? I doubt it. I am just not that charismatic, I guess. But I might, I right now I'm hoping for the odd I'm hoping for the odd, $300 a month, which would really be nice. Right now I am actually working. I have emailed them. They haven't emailed me back. They may have seen how small my channel actually is right now. But a sponsorship deal, and with a company that I really like their product. And what that would do is that would pay for my live stream. And you see up in the corner right there of my powered by StreamYard, I can replace that, and I'd be able to get more people on here. And I would be able to do banners and for an advertisement, and they would pay for my live stream for a year for a small shout out and graphic type thing. Yeah, man, 150K a year. That is golden. That is nice, Jake. I would kill for that. No, I wouldn't kill for that. Might maim somebody though. No, just joking. But yeah, and I would like to see this channel at least pay for itself, and maybe throw a couple dividends this way. I mean, because it does require equipment, a lot of time. Editing is tough, and I mean, it's like the other day, my I walk outside. We were doing laundry, and it was a dark day, and I had the big generator. No, we were not doing laundry. I had the big generator on because the little generator was acting up. The predator, the small predator, he's sick of driving. Well, hopefully after 11 years, you've been able to store some, save some, and that you can live off for quite a while. And then you want to get into homesteading, which is an awesome yes, it is ironic. You can make a living from YouTube and the internet by telling people to stay off grid, by helping people teach. Well, it's funny because I am off grid. The only wire going into my house is the electric wire that comes from my generator, and that's not hooked to anything right now. My big generator died. The motor still runs. That Briggs and Stratton, you can't kill it, but the generator puffed out a big black thing of smoke, and I haven't been able to get anything off it since. My little generator, I just got back. I had to take it to the shop, and come to find out, when some smart aleck made a video, don't let this get around. He made a video telling people about how to take off a recoil. Actually, I didn't make a video on that, but I was making a video. It was my video on the pull cord hack, because I broke a pull cord, the recoil cord, and I was making a video on that, and my recoil went, and I had to pull off my recoil and pull it out and all that stuff, get it set. Somehow I unplugged a wire, and I couldn't get in it. I checked all the connections I could see and get to. $50 later, which is actually a good price if he spent an hour and a half on it, because he said he ran a bunch of his tools. Like, he ran his pressure washer off it, and stuff like that to test it and make sure it was fixed. My generator was down. I was generatorless, and it was right in these dark days that we've had with the overcast and the rain and the solar panels. And I mean, I would make coffee in the morning, and before I pushed the button on the coffee maker, I would be reading, my batteries would be reading 11.9. That's not good. I have 4 deep cycle 12-volt batteries, and 11.9 is I don't know, 20-30%. Now, it would come right back up as soon as the coffee was made. It'd come right back up, but we just weren't charging because of the cloud cover. And you know, in the winter, I'm going to need a generator. Now, since we've upgraded to the 1,000-watt solar system, we haven't had to run the generator very much. And then when both of them went down at the same time, it's funny because one of my favorite sayings for the off-grid homestead life is 2 is 1 and 1 is none. Battle-born lithium batteries. I have not heard that specific term, but I do know that they sell batteries that are like $500 a piece, and they sell battery units that are in the thousands. And unfortunately, that's not for me. I bought my batteries. They're about $100 a piece at Walmart. And I got them hooked in a 12-volt system. And they work really good. I mean, when the sun goes down, it will stay at 13 volts. The batteries will stay at 13 volts charge for quite a while. When we go to bed, it's usually around 12.4 or 12.5, sometimes 12.6, depending on what time we end up going to bed and what we did in the meantime. So and then when we wake up in the morning, it's usually around 12.3 or 12.4. You make coffee, it comes right back up after it draws, and it's good. The problem is when the sun doesn't come out for a week, 2 weeks, you need a generator to top off your batteries and keep them from going down to nothing. So yeah, some of you might be wondering, I'm not sure who's left, whether it's Jay traveling to. They're a company, and I have seen them sponsor YouTube channels nice. Maybe I will approach them. Let me write that down. Battle-born lithium batteries. I get emails quite often for people wanting me, companies wanting me to review their merchandise. I don't want to be a selling channel, even though if you look in the description of even this video, I have merch links, a channel, a link to my actual web page. Let me throw that up real quick. Come on. tham141.homestead.com. And that's full. That got, I'm just starting my second page of merch links to be, but that's, stuff I use. I want people to know how to get my MPPT charge controller that I have. It's a 60 amp charge controller, which is one of the smaller ones, but it is phenomenal. It takes the full potential that the solar panels bring in and just hit the batteries nice with it. And so I put links to that because I want people to be able to, at the very least, look at the things that I do. And on my website, I have all of the links that are under, because if I'm doing a gardening video, there's no reason to put a solar panel link under it. I want the links to be authentic. I want it to be helpful to the watcher of that particular video. But Grub Terra, I will be tomorrow. My Grub Terra review will come out. I got the Grub Terra for the chickens. For the chickens. And they asked me to do a review, and my compensation for the review is a 16-ounce bag of Grub Terra black flies larva for free. Let's see here. Have you thought about Patreon? A lot of small YouTube channels use that for support. All you got to do is put your video up there early, and you can do member live feeds. Yeah, I have thought about Patreon. That is a pay service. And quite frankly, I'm trying to get my views into the triple digits a lot sooner before I've got videos that have triple digits, 400 or 500 views, but some of them, those are some of my older videos, and I haven't made it to the point where I don't believe I've made it to the point where people would be willing to actually pay to see what I have to say. But that is something in my future that I may look into. The affiliate marketing with the links in the description, that is really a nice thing. Some of them, like Tractor Supply, I believe it is, I get like 1 or 2 cents just for somebody clicking on that link. And then if they buy something, I get between 4 and 10% of what they spend. And that's not a bad gig, because this can be expensive. What did it? My research showed StreamYard. If I were to do the pay, right now I'm using the free version of StreamYard, but that's got a lot of restrictions. Oh, excuse me. excuse me again. It's got a lot of restrictions, and I can't put my moniker up there. I can't do, let's see here, over over on this side of the screen, uh, or there I could put a banner, a nice banner, not just this generic banner that I have for like the homestead.com, than141homestead.com. But that would be $240 a year. Canva. I started using Canva for making my thumbnails, uh, and certain other things with the YouTube, and that's $156 a year. And then TubeBuddy, I really want to update TubeBuddy, upgrade on TubeBuddy, because TubeBuddy, and the link is in the description. I am an affiliate of TubeBuddy, by the way. TubeBuddy helps me so much in search engine optimization. Once I upgrade, which right now I'm on the pro level, but then there's 2 levels higher. Once I optimize, it will help me pick which thumbnail to go with real quick. I'm going to start doing a bunch of videos on remodeling my rental house. Hope, yeah. One of the biggest things that I've learned with YouTube, and everybody says this, is the niche. To single it down. I'm taking Think Media's 5-day challenge or whatever. I gotta, because taking Wendy to chemo and stuff, I'm watching him or listening to them in the car. But ask specific questions, teach specific skills, and review specific tools or products. Review specific products. But niching down, because if I were to take, I'm in the homesteading niche, the off-grid homesteading niche. That is very broad. That is anything that happens on a homestead I can cover. But even that's broad. I go riding with Trevor on his new arm axe, and some people are going to watch that and say, "Wow, this is cool," and then they're going to go to my channel and say, "Oh, but he doesn't do that all the time. This is not a UTV channel." And I'm seeing my thing up. I hope I'm not having problems with my internet, but this is not a UTV or a trail riding channel, and they might get discouraged. Some people, homesteading, there's a lot of gardening in homesteading, canning. It just covers so much. We got a phone ringing in the background.
Oh. YouTube Live.
Yeah, I'm on YouTube Live. Anyway, so yeah, as long I don't remember the traveling tortoise, that could fall into your niche. You might find something. What Daryl E said, and I did this, and it really has helped, is after I really started paying close attention to my thumbnails, I took and that was Trevor, by the way, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's Thursday night, Trevor. Of course I'm on live. Anyway, I forgot what I was saying. I'm back. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened there. Um okay. Whoo. Okay, I don't know where you lost me at, but you said I see that made me want to bring my CF Moto 1000 up there and go riding, but that is the size of a small Jeep. Actually, um some of the trails in Lewis County that Trevor rides has to ride uh are pretty much dirt roads. Um, and uh, so, I mean, I think if it's any wider than his RMAX 1000, then you might have some problems on a couple of the trails, but I'm not sure the dimensions or anything like that. Um, uh, but yeah, it is it's an awesome thing to be able to do is to go riding. But and some of the people that watch my channel for the homesteading, the gardening, the animals and stuff like that, they might not enjoy that video. So when YouTube shows them that video, they might not click on it, and then my you know my click-through rate dumps, which dumps my watch hours, which will ultimately tell YouTube people aren't interested in this video, and they won't send it out to other people as much. It's a complicated little thing. uh, but yeah, that's some stuff that I have learned. um is niche down, speak to specific people. Okay, find out. Don't make videos for the YouTube algorithm. Make videos for people. Who is going to watch your channel? My channel, I hate to say targets, but yeah, we aim at uh uh beginner entry level homesteaders, whether they're in an apartment or a rental house, or they have their 20 acres of land or 50 acres of land. We are for that person that was us in Port Leyden, and your dad and mom, when they were in Port Leyden, saying, "Man, what can I do to homestead now, right here where I am? What can I do to be more prepared right here where I am?" And that's kind of my niche. Is it niche? Some people say niche. Some people say niche. And some people say niche. Well, if you could do a review on it and do a few things around the homestead, like move feed for animals, yeah, 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 absolutely. Uh, there is so much. I when our chicks, we bought chicks from Tractor Supply. They were right 11 out of 12 times. They were all female except for one. But when we moved them out to what we call a turkey pen, uh, I videotaped moving them, and then I videotaped building them a little chicken run with just some deer netting that's cheap. Uh, and that was uh, that's on one of my videos. Feeding the chickens. I've done feeding the chickens. I've done plowing. There's so much that fits into the niche. I use the dad's old '98 Honda 4Trax 450. That's still going, and I use that constantly. Um, and I'm kind of spread out, but then I can look back. One of my best ongoing videos is uh, changing the recoil in my Predator generator. That is one of the ones that has gotten the most views. Let me see here. I want that to be big. Oh, sorry, I've got to set this up again. Hide. Okay. Let me open up another page. Go to my channel dashboard. Hopefully this doesn't. Yeah, I went down a guy. See content. Buy views. Yeah. So far, this was published in February, and it's got 875 views. This was a short, but it got 700 views. This is this is back in 2015. I just uploaded it to YouTube. It's before I was really working the channel. I got to keep coming back here to make sure that I'm not offline. But I threw this, I wasn't working the channel, 691 views. But this is the one I was talking about, inverter coil rope. Now, this is not a how-to video. Okay. It was just me doing it, and I actually time-lapsed through a lot of it inside. The camera work stunk. When I brought the camera in, it fogged up inside the lens, and it was, but that is one of my biggest, 492. This one I made back in Port Leyden. So I'm not hitting it big with views. Some of my recent ones, this is that hack, big mistake turned into 20. That's a short that I made from that hack video. Here's one I was having problems with the generator. But yeah, my channel started as a truck channel, but there's too much drama in that part of YouTube. So now I kind of want to do a channel on how to get out of a truck and things to do when you're not trucking. Yeah, man. Find that niche. Find that place that you want to be. Because if it's not fun, then it's not worth it to me. Right now I have made $19.05. Okay. And $19 was on merch sales, link in the description. And those were me. I bought a hat, I bought me a t-shirt, I bought Wendy a t-shirt, and a couple mugs. So the 5 cents is from affiliate marketing, people clicking on links, some of my Walmart links and stuff like that. But yeah, man, it's your journey. And now with the drama, one of the things that I came to realize, I haven't had a lot of feedback. It is hard to get people to comment on videos, man. The regular video, the live, I'm talking to you. We've had, I think the most people we've had in this feed was 4, which is okay. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to fake it till I make it. But you get negative comments, people saying this is not a how-to video. Well, no, it's not. I apologize for that. But they are engaging with your channel, whether they hit the like or they hit the dislike. YouTube doesn't care which one they hit so much. What they're looking for is engagement. Are people watching your video? How long are they watching your video? By watching one video, do they move on to another video? Do you keep them? See, YouTube's main purpose is to keep people watching YouTube as long as possible in one session. Okay, because that's how they make their money. Because right now I'm not monetized, which they do put ads up on a couple of your of my videos. So they're making some money. I'm just not. But I'm not monetized, so they're not making a whole bunch of money off me. But if I can keep people on YouTube longer, then that's the whole idea with shorts, other than just competing with TikTok. The shorts, and you can get zoned out in shorts and just watch one right after another, and it keeps you on their channel or on their platform. And on their platform, it'll lead you into stuff that makes them money, or just watching their platform makes them money. Because if you think about it, now they can say, yeah, we had X amount of watch hours on our platform, 10 billion watch hours on our platform. So the advertisers would go ahead and pay more to be there. Yeah, you just ignore them. I try to respond to every comment. Sorry, had a reason. You got 8,000 on TikTok. Yeah, that would be nice if they came over. You might want to try to do a little bit of advertising with your thing. I don't know how TikTok works. I know a lot of TikTok videos are coming over to the shorts, but you don't get paid for shorts right yet. But yeah. All right. So I've been on this thing for an hour and coming up on 15 minutes. Woo! I like talking with you, Jake. It gives me stuff to talk about, and sometimes it is tough. I don't know if you use StreamYard or not, but maybe next Thursday I'll send you a link. You click on the link, and I could actually put you right next to me. Yeah, because 1,000 viewers or 1,000 subscribers, and you can monetize. Now, I've got a friend that's monetized, and he's got like 1,700 viewers, 1,700 subscribers, and he says he makes about a quarter a view, 25 cents a view. Okay, well, that's not bad. Oh, okay. So you're home. Okay. Well, maybe I'll do a special live or something. I don't know. I don't know. I picked Thursday because Friday night the live and on the weekends the live streams are everybody's going live, and Thursday night there seemed to be a lull in the live streams. Because there are channels, people will watch other channels. I've got 180 subscribers, and I'm still growing. I'm still getting out there, but I'm just going to keep going because I enjoy it. Number one, it gives me something to do, and why stop? And right now you're in Oklahoma, yeah. But one thing that would do, even if you're driving, I don't know what the uh, legalities of that would be, but you could just turn the camera, have your wife set up StreamYard on your cell phone and use the camera on your cell phone, and just turn it towards you so we can see, and we could talk while you're driving. And it as long as you don't get in an accident. I want to go viral, but not that bad, Mm. But anyway, I have got to go. I've got to get some stuff. DM you and give you a call so we can talk YouTube. Yeah, absolutely. It's it's been a long day. I went to the Lewis County Fair, and that was pretty cool. It was a Thursday midday, so there wasn't a whole lot of people there. There wasn't a whole lot going on. But it was pretty cool. So I'm kind of whipped tonight, but yeah, go ahead and DM me sometime. And I'm best during midday. Oh, cool. You got all hands free stuff. Cool. That would be wonderful. But yeah, I love talking YouTube. I'm just learning myself. But that's what it's about, is sharing as you learn, Wendy, the traveling tortoise says, have a nice night, and hi, Wendy, miss you.
Miss you too, Jake.
She says she misses you too, Jake. Man, we had some good times. Boy, oh boy. Now you don't know who is walking down the street in Port Leyden. It is getting weird in the little town of Port Leyden. It's not even a port. Well, on the Black River, I guess, I don't know. Anyway, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and check out for the night. Go and watch some Heartland. And you guys have a wonderful evening. And if you're watching this on the replay, man, I hope you enjoyed this conversation. And y'all just have a great day. We'll talk to you later. God bless.